Right, it's been a wee while. I am in the grip of a particulated thinkoid. Um, it's kind of like it's something I've covered before, but it does just keep coming up, and it's that it doesn't matter what people think, and it's one of because it makes perfect sense to stand back and go, "Who cares what people think? Just be who you are. Who cares what people think?" So say that to anyone, and it will make utter sense. But it's not about what people think, but it is. It's about what they do. It's about how they treat you. And social isolation and exclusion and debarment and whatever isn't fucking easy. It's not. And if you're not fucked up by it, then you're not really experiencing it. If you can just ignore it, then you've got a lot else going on in your life that's supportive and encouraging and whatever. Um, but it's yeah. I don't make it easy for myself. This is off the back of the eye makeup thing, and it was I sent pictures to my Snapchat friend. I don't know if she watches these or not. We don't actually talk about them. She's my Snapchat friend. um, but I did comment on the fact, and I don't know if she got what I was on about. But it was all to do with the fact that I was like, I can't believe I'm this comfortable and this sort of carefree about talking about makeup and how much fun I'm having with it, and like I'm really enjoying it. Um, and it was sort of off the back of a lot of the shit I made videos um, about this like overwhelming female side that I couldn't come to terms with, and I had like literally an identity crisis. And it's not as funny or as like just curious as it might seem. It's really fucking horrible. It's really fucking horrible. It fucks you up in all sorts of ways, and I was pretty fucked up already. Um, it was just another stage in my fucked up already. So I was kind of saying it as a bit of a sort of milestone in a way. But it is also, it's fucking literally, it's one of those things that you don't experience until you actually do it and you see it. Um, and it's also one of those things that people just go, "Oh, come on, are you sure? Not everyone's looking at you." Da, 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 da. Paranoid people think everyone's looking at them. People like me know it because everyone's looking at them. They just fucking are, mate. Okay, they fucking are. It's fucking beautiful. I'm keeping it. It is. It's a big part of me. How I look, my peculiarity, is a big fucking part of me. Um, but again, that leads to a socially acceptable thing that people think that they can say whatever the fuck they like to me whenever the fuck they want. Just approach me and say shit. And I'm not always in the fucking mood. No one's always in the fucking mood. But I have to just accept it because, well, you're fucking asking for it. It's like, no, I'm not asking for it. I'm just wearing my clothes, man. Um, but yeah, that's just one of the sort of mild ways that society insists upon itself, and society just automatically responds to things. Um, but I am practicing what I approach because I will say what I said to her. I'm going to talk about her, but I did say it to her. But she just went, "Oh, for God's sake, it's 2020. What the fuck does it matter?" And I know precisely where she's coming from. She's saying that that is just so a million fucking miles away from what she thinks. And what the fucking hell does anyone, where does anyone get off thinking that? So she displays just an impatient attitude towards it, which is totally, I fucking get that. I know what she means, but the thing is, it ain't like that. Society sort of seems to think it's moved on, or there's a lot of people that have. There's a lot of people that have, but there's a fucking hell of a lot of people that haven't. There really is. So many people get like that uncomfortable fucking looking away deliberately from me as soon as they notice my eyes. I just fucking notice it. And so, of course, I'm me and I play with it and I talk about it and I watch people look at the floor. And it just happens that fucking often. You think, no, I'm not imagining it. I'm not fucking imagining it. Literally, the transformation has been putting shit around my eyes. I'm interpreted differently by a lot of people. And, um, the thing is, it's like, it's so linked into that whole, oh, what does it matter? What does it matter? That's what it's like to be on the receiving end of, because it's something that's been mattering. And I know you're not saying that that doesn't matter, but that's the bit that I'm talking about, is my fucked uppery over it all. And it's all totally understandable. A lot of what I went through, I'm not going to fucking go into it because it will take 50 videos. But it's, you know, it's when you're this fucking socially unacceptable and have been all your fucking life, it does fucking get to you, mate. It does fucking get to you. And it does fucking matter what people think, because it matters how they then treat you. And when you're constantly at odds with the fucking world, and it's socially acceptable to fucking display that, that's been my thing. And I'm talking a lot of more in the workplace, that it's socially acceptable to just not fucking like someone and have a real fucking issue with them and just constantly be fucking bristling at them. And it's like, you know, no, I do get more than my fair share of that. No, you're not fucking going through the same. There are certain people that stand the fuck out. And, you know, that's linked into the whole thing about bullying. People attack you because you're a strong personality and you're bold and confident, and that's the gun. That's why. I know why. Doesn't make it any easier to live with and be around when it's all the time. That's always the point that always gets missed. A lot gets missed around bullying. Like, I have said it before, I'm literally just a human that experiences things as a human does. And when people used to tell me, when I was worried about shit at school and frightened and people were going to beat me up or people had beaten me up and all that shit, to be told that it's because they like me and they want to be like me is just utterly fucking confusing. It's utterly fucking confusing, because I know what popular and likeable people get treated like. I see it. I can see it. So when you tell a kid who's scared and upset and frightened that all that shit's happening because of something, that doesn't fucking matter anyway. Why it's happening because of, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. And, you know, we always have to send love to the bullies. No. Why do you tell me that all of my pain from my bullying is my responsibility and my fault in so many ways because of my negative thinking and, you know, me accepting it, it was giving it permission to continue and all that shit. But yeah, I've got to be compassionate to them for their pain. It's like, hang on, why is their pain not their fucking responsibility? Why is that not their fucking fault? Why aren't they responsible for what they fucking do? Why the hell is there a totally different fucking mindset to two people's experience of being bullied? That's what I don't get. And it's so automatic in society. It's so fucking automatic. And that was the major thinkoid. The thinkoid wasn't anything to do with my friend. I'm not having a dig at her. And like I say, I did say it back to her, and we've Snapchatted about other shit since. It was no biggie. We don't talk deep, me and her. We just send Snapchats, and I really like it. But that's the thing. Like, when you've been bullied and not fitted in, and people are allowed to just treat you like that, that's the thing we always miss. Is that people, you know, it's not socially acceptable to bully. Well, bullies are never really called to account and stopped. So in that sense, it's socially acceptable. People just say it's not socially acceptable and therefore it's not socially acceptable. But it's already happened and it's not being fucking dealt with. So it's going to happen again. And by doing that, you're giving it permission, right? That's what you say. You're giving it permission just by stating it and then doing nothing. So that's what needs to fucking change, is we need to respond to how, when people are socially acceptably bullying fucking people, being cruel and fucking unkind, don't give them the fucking ammo. Do you know what I mean? See who needs the fucking love. See who needs the fucking love in that situation. Give the love to the fucking person who's being hurt first. If they're choosing to act the way they fucking act, they're responsible for that. What they did was not their fault. So fucking what? They're still responsible for what they're choosing to fucking do about it. They have the same fucking human mind as I do. And I'm being insightful and looking inwards and doing what I can to change it. But it does matter what people think because it matters how people treat you. That's the main thing. Stop just automatically saying, oh, it doesn't matter what people think. Please. It's the wrong thing to say. That's all. It's the wrong thing to say. Because it fucking does matter. And so when you're being bullied, to have everyone say that it doesn't matter, you're thinking I'm supposed to just pretend it doesn't matter when it's mattering. It does fucking matter what people think because it matters how they treat you. That's what you need to remember. That's what they don't finish in that sentence. Because, you know, there's a lot in the news at the moment. I'm not entering the debate because I almost accidentally did on Facebook the other day with that Caroline Flack. But let's just say there's a lot of recognition that it's possible for someone to be so humiliated and worried about what's happening and what people are thinking of them that they take their own fucking life. That's how serious it fucking is. That's the point. So it doesn't matter what people fucking think. Stop saying to everyone it doesn't matter what people think because it's mattering and society hasn't moved on, mate. It hasn't moved on. There's a lot of people that think differently. There's a lot of people that think differently, but in generalistical ways, no, it fucking hasn't. There's so much discomfort about things that are not normal and not talked about. They have to be made a joke of or made a spectacle of or set aside in some way. A thing, whether they're a good thing or a bad thing, they're still a thing. Or whether they're a thing to just actually, you know, I don't really care about that thing and just let's ignore that thing because it's not a thing that's a thing that's supposed to be a thing. Why does it think it's a thing anyway? I don't care if it's a thing or not. Just go off and be a thing on your own. No, I'm not excluding you. I just want everything to be normal and you can just be a thing somewhere else. Ah, society, you tolerant bastard. That's the thing. Society is at best tolerant. It's not accepting, and that's the difference. Tolerating something is not too about this, but I suppose it can happen because I can't really come up with an argument as to why it shouldn't, other than the fact that I don't like it. That's about the best a lot of society can do. Yes, I know it's allowed, but you know, da-di-da-di-da. Society's not gone anywhere, mate. And it needs to. And it does matter what people think. Let people be affected by that because you don't know what they're going through. When you are totally socially excluded and everyone's awkward about it and there's so many conversations that people go, I don't know, that sort of shit. When that happens a lot, it affects you. I've said it before. The most confident fucking person in the world could be reduced to fuck all in a matter of days. Probably sooner. If everyone just started being contemptuous and laughing and spitting and being sarcastic to everything they said and cutting them off in mid-sentence and doing all that sort of shit and going, this is so fucking what? They'd be crying. They'd be fucking crying. They would lose everything about themselves. They would be a shell. They'd be a fucking shell of what they are when they're confident. They really would. That's how powerful this shit is. So stop just going, la la la, it doesn't matter what people think. It's mattering everywhere. It's mattering everywhere around you. So please change. Thank you.